Jennifer, kind of introduce us to Jacob. Who was Jacob?
Jacob, he was a quirky little kid. He was our first child, and at the age of 4, Jake was diagnosed with cancer.
So what a 4-year-old.
What kind of cancer?
He was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma. It's a sarcoma is like a soft tissue. Rhabdo is of the muscle tissue.
And how did you know something was wrong?
One night I was giving him a bath and drying him off, and I noticed one of his testicles was a little bit bigger than the other one.
Okay.
So I gave his pediatrician a call the next day, and so we went in and he checked him out, and he thought it was a hernia or a hydrocele. So nothing too significant or severe, something that could be taken care of with surgery. So we scheduled that, but I noticed over the week or so after that, it was getting bigger, and so I was getting concerned. It was growing pretty fast, and so we went back into the doctor, and they did an ultrasound and determined he had a solid tumor in there, and wanted it out as quickly as possible.
And how fast did they take it
3 days later, it was out.
So Dustin, here's your little man, your little guy, 4 years old. You know, as a dad, what goes through your mind when you hear cancer in a 4-year-old?
To say that I was taken aback or shocked would be a gross understatement. The word cancer in itself is scary, whether it's an older person, grandparent, or something to that effect. But when it is a child who is completely innocent and has his whole life and world ahead of him, it was eye-opening to say the least.
What happened with the family after that? What did your day-to-day life become like once Jake was diagnosed?
Oh, it was so many different schedules we had to kind of juggle between work and doctor appointments, learning that we were going to be spending the night in the hospital, who would be spending the night, and so a lot of different things to figure out.
So Jake was 4. Avery is sitting on your lap now. How old is Avery?
Avery is now 4.
Okay. I was
Hi, Avery.
Kind of judging by the look. That's what I was thinking about 4. So this is all happening. You have a baby, right? You have your little tiny Avery toward the end.
That was towards, we had Avery after Jake's, he was in remission, and we found out we were pregnant with her after his first remission. And she was born in the middle of his 2nd year of treatment. He
Responded extremely well to his first round of treatment, and we were kind of getting ourselves resigned to the fact that we were going to beat this, and we were going to be able to start over, and so that's when we made the decision that we were going to try and get pregnant again, and we were blessed with a daughter. Unfortunately,
that same week we found out we were pregnant, we found out Jake relapsed.
Correct. The same week.
The same week.
The same week. And that was his 2nd relapse, the week after we found out that Avery was pregnant. I'm sorry, that we were pregnant with Avery, I should say.
Avery was pregnant. We knew what you meant,
It's a little early for that. Let's not even talk about that. That's a different radio show.
We knew what you meant.
So that's our radio show.
That's our normal one.
Monday through Wednesday. So Make-A-Wish contacts you and says, what's your wish? Jacob wish for what?
Well, Jacob loved Spider-Man and Batman and all those characters, and so we thought going to Disney would be the best fit with Universal Studios, and he didn't really know who Mickey Mouse was at that time, but he quickly learned who Mickey Mouse was and was in love with him.
I'm looking at a picture of him with Mickey Mouse.
So 5 years old, in and out of the hospital. You're with Mickey Mouse. You're with these characters. What did that do for Jake?
Oh, the look on his face that week, it was priceless. There's one photo in the photo album where his face is just lit up, and it was just amazing what that trip did for us, and it brought us together. Our schedules were so hectic between work and the hospital, and just being together as a family for those days and not having any appointments, and really just no agenda except to have fun.
Because they treat you...
Like kings and queens.
Yeah.
Absolutely like kings and queens. I mean,
People say that you think you're going to have to think of something, like you might have to tip somebody or do something, and literally that is all.
I had a very general, broad idea of what was going to be included in the wish.
Right.
I had absolutely no idea that it was going to be as planned out and as taken care of as it was. It was just unbelievable. We literally had to worry about nothing.
The details that they do. Someone met us at the airport with a sign that said, welcome Jacob.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. That really meant a lot.
We basically only had to worry about when we were going to go to sleep at night.
So you talk about the
Never.
look in the picture where Jacob is just lit up. That's a look you'll never forget,
No.
right?
Never.
You don't need the picture book. You carry it so that we can look. But that, thanks to Make-A-Wish, that is a memory that you have of your son. That is amazing.
So what happened after the wish? He was 5 when the wish was granted.
After the wish,
Well,
that
we
was
were
in
in a period.
October.
We were in a period of remission at that time,
Yes.
so we were kind of under the impression that the wish and the time frame of the wish, we were beginning to start a new phase of our life. We were beginning to kind of move out of where we were, and we were kind of moving forward from that point. And then things just kind of took a turn there, and we had to fight it again even harder. And yeah, it was just more of the hospital visits and
For 2 more years, right?
2 more years. He actually, to be honest, he actually responded very well to the treatment the first time, as we had said. The second time after the wish, he responded very well with a different course of treatment, some different medicines. So we just thought, now we really got it, because now they've amped up the medicine and the time frame. It just was...
The cancer is very aggressive.
It's very aggressive. It's
And-
very aggressive. The problem was that it had spread, metastasized to his lungs, and when it kind of found its way to his lungs, that made the treatment challenging, to say the least.
So it's been 2.5 years since he passed away. How many times do you think about that Disney trip?
Well, we pull out the album frequently. Avery likes to look at the album.
Yeah, I'm looking at the album over here.
And so I'm afraid one of these days she's going to say, well, when is it my turn?
She already has.
Now, does she know, if she doesn't know a lot, or why there was a Disney trip, I'm guessing, right? Does she know a lot about her brother? Do you talk about
We talk about
Jacob?
him all the time. She was 18 months when he passed away. And she's actually starting to ask more questions in the last year. And she'll talk about him freely on her own. If people say, oh, do you have a brother or sister? She'll tell them who
Yeah, I
her
have
brother
Jacob.
is. And,
How are you guys doing as parents?
This time of year, as you can imagine, is difficult. But in general, I think
I think we're doing well.
we're doing pretty well.
What do you feel? Like, I got chills when you said that she will talk about her brother Jacob. What do you feel as a parent when you hear her say that? Do you cringe a little when someone asks because you know it's going to bring that all back? Or
I don't cringe because it's an opportunity to talk about Jake. And anytime that I can share a little bit of him, it's good for me too. I think she hears us so often talking about her brother. And so just the other day we were in the little shop, and the woman said, oh, do you have any brothers or sisters? And I was getting ready to respond, and Avery just jumped at the chance and said, I have a brother. His name is Jake, and he's in heaven, and he was 7 years old.
What does that do to somebody who asked? I mean, literally, did she stop her tracks?
She stopped and she looked at me, and I could see, like, her eyes swell up.
Oh, I
and,
bet.
well, you say that you love talking about Jacob. You have really kind of made it a lot like every Wish family. We hear the story is the same. They want to give back to make a wish. You've kind of taken it to a different level. Your birthday. What was your wish for your birthday?
That was fun. I was turning 40, and I thought, well, I just can't throw myself a party. But I did throw myself a party.
Of course you did.
And,
You have to.
all of the money went to Make-A-Wish, and we have a wonderful support group of family and friends that are very generous, that have been with us for the last, really since Jake was diagnosed and beforehand. So we raised enough money for a full wish with my party.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
Wasn't
Your
that
friends and
Kiefer's
family
wish?
get fireworks.
Yes.
Kiefer, they
Definitely
granted
fireworks.
Kiefer's wish. Kiefer's wish. They granted Kiefer's wish. That was in yesterday.
Yay! They granted Kiefer's wish, actually.
Yeah, we heard from Kiefer yesterday.
Yeah.
Kiefer's family.
Kiefer's little cutie. Thank you for coming in and sharing your story.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
for
giving us the
having us.
opportunity.
You're very welcome, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you. You guys too.
You too, Avery. Bye.
855-231-WISH is the number, 855-231-9474. Our goal, 25. If you're one of the first 25 to call and become a Wish Club member, we will give you a shirt.